Welcome, everyone, to Campaign 2 of The First Watch. My name is Andrew Coons. I'm the Dungeon Master for our adventures. I'm super excited to be kicking off a brand new campaign set in our original world of the Kingdom of Alson with an amazing cast of characters, so many brand new to the show or recently new to the show, and I can't wait for you all to get to know them and their amazing characters. A quick note, if you are just finding us and you're like, oh god, Campaign 2, I got to go back and catch up on Campaign 1. Please do, but not necessary in order to enjoy this adventure. If you want, the most recent thing you could go check out is our little mini-series called Showdown at Grispin Hills, which serves as a sort of prequel to this campaign, but again, not necessary in order to join us tonight. So we're glad you found us, and we hope you enjoy the adventure. We're going to go around and introduce ourselves, and we're going to do it popcorn style. So, Blake, kick us off.
Hello, everybody. So excited to be here. But yes, I am Blake Francis. You can find me on Twitter at Blake C. Francis. Get me up there. But yeah, super stoked about being with this group. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm going to kick this to Casey. You're next.
Yo, guys. I am Casey McNeil. You can find me on Twitter at Casey McNeil or on Instagram at _Casey McNeil. Casey is spelled just KC. The letters, nothing against, the CASEY people, as I've said before. But yeah, I'm super excited to play as well. And I'm happy to be here. I'm going to popcorn it to Darby.
Hello, my name is Darby. I was totally ready for that and wasn't hoping that I was next. I'm Darby. You can find me online as Chaotic Darby. I use she, her pronouns. And yeah, I'll popcorn it to Cheryl.
That's me. I'm Cheryl. You can find me individually online as the Roving Naturalist, where I try to answer all the questions you never knew you had about how humans and the environment interact. And I also run the Nature Check project that you can find on Twitch and Twitter and all of those places. And I will popcorn it to Dana.
So, hi, I'm Dana. You can find me on Twitter at a bit meddlesome, and I'm a writer for Temple of Geek. I'm so excited to be here.
Awesome. All right. Well, before we get into our adventure, we've got a very special intro sequence that we're premiering here in episode 1. So let's roll that video.
Woo.
Welcome to the world of Shawl, and more specifically, the Kingdom of Alson. Here you'll find a world on the cusp of a technological boom, fueled not only by inventive tinkerers, but by magic. Alson is ruled by the halfling lord King Ustaman, whose emphasis on technological progress has led to a road system being built throughout the kingdom and artificers going from outcasts to renowned members of state. It's been over 1,000 years since the gods were last heard from, and while their worship is still upheld by many, including the clerics and paladins of the land, the belief that magic comes solely from the divine has all but waned. This divide between science and religion was further deepened 27 years ago, when the sky literally broke. A convention of wizards known as the Emerald Council attempted to tear the boundaries between the planes of existence asunder, to bring back a dark god of pestilence named Stiff. Now, legend says that they were stopped by a scrappy band of monster hunters from the Realm Shield Guild, though the official word from the crown is that the Knights of Excesso were the ones to put a stop to their plans. Nevertheless, during whatever final confrontation there was, the sky itself shattered like a pane of glass, leaving permanent cracks that changed the position of the stars and hang heavy over the people of the land. This catastrophe led to the reopening of trade with the elven kingdoms to the north and the goblin and orc tribes to the south. In times of uncertainty, the people of the land came together and set their differences aside. And in the 27 years since, the cracks in the sky have become almost mundane, a part of everyday life. But in amongst these vast lands and complicated political backgrounds, we find ourselves at the coastal city of Floross, the foremost port of trade on the eastern edge of the kingdom. Floross is a city built on 3 levels, or shelves, at once both a literal and metaphorical representation of the socioeconomic disparity found in the city. But from top to bottom, it is a place where people from all over the kingdom find themselves stopping for one reason or another. And today is no exception. Traveling up from the south, we find 3 figures on horseback, just coming up to the southern gate. 3 figures weary from the road, but driven by purpose. Casey, Dana, and Blake. Would you describe your characters to us, please?
Who wants to go first?
So I'm playing Grokus Darkbringer, a full-blooded dwarf. Short, dark skin with a long beard, bald head, but sometimes something he wears a little special kind of hat, but we'll get to that later. But yes, he's a follower of Enor, a very devout cleric, so that is Grokus Darkbringer.
So I am playing Artemis Valor, an Aasimar wizard. Tall, hair tied back in a tight bun, kind of rigid, stiff, head to toe in blue and black leathers, and just ready to have a rest at this point. Yeah.
And I am playing Oranis, half-elf bard. He is light-skinned, like copper-skinned. He has long white locks hanging down his back. A little bit of a white goatee, chewing on a tobacco stick of some kind. He is playing his lute while he's riding a horse, which is, doesn't make sense, but he's doing it. He's got a very flowy cape behind him that flows a little more than the wind would normally make it do. And he's got on some real shiny, nice-looking black boots that come in handy from time to time.
By your own admission of it not making sense that he would be playing a lute on a horse, I would like you to go ahead and roll a performance check for me, KC, to see how well you're playing.
That is not a good idea, but
You played
look
yourself.
at Artemis. Just,
I know.
4 minutes. Okay. +8. Ooh, that's a 5, so a 13.
A 13? Okay. Along the way, like you're playing, you play songs for a living. Your fingers have the muscle memory. That being said, every once in a while, the horse kind of lurches a little bit, and you all hear a very uncommon thing, which is a wrong note come from Uranus a couple times here during the course of the song. Not something you're accustomed to from this very deft musician.
I'll be right. It happens. I'm good.
what was
I'm great.
that?
There was a rock. Horse stepped on the rock. It slipped a little bit, but it's fine now. It's good. Don't worry about it.
You're blaming the horse.
I mean, I would never make a mistake otherwise, so it has to be the horse.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good horse, though.
Mhm.
I like this horse, but we all make mistakes.
Right.
Most of us.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I just go back to playing like I never messed up.
There you go. As the 3 of you make your way now up to the city wall proper. It is not a big stone wall or anything. It's mostly wooden, kind of like panels that have been built up. Very well maintained and kept up. It doesn't look ramshackle at all, but not terribly like heavy bent on security. More just probably to keep roaming wolves out or something like that. There is a man. There are two men standing at the gate. One, it looks to be some sort of a town guard with kind of a colored tabard and a simple spear by his side. Helmet kind of comes down and obscures a lot of his face. The other one in more slightly finer clothes. This one appears to be a halfling who is got a large book open and a quill, and as there are a couple of folks ahead of you coming in, he's speaking to them briefly and jotting down something in his book before ushering them into the city. As you all come a little closer, he just kind of raises his voice and his eyes towards you. He's like, "Hail, travelers! Where are you coming from, and what is your business here in Floross?"
Good day to you. We are coming from Grispin Hills just to see what the city is like. We've never been before. Kind of a tourist trip.
And definitely check out the churches as well. So, of course.
Well, if you worship a warrior door, you will certainly find the temple there to be quite magnificent, yes. Grispin Hills, I'm not familiar with this place. Is this, whereabouts in the kingdom is it?
Let me find a map. Where?
It is south.
Where?
It is south.
South, okay.
It is right down near the border of what would be known kind of locally as the Southern Wilds.
Okay. We're south, just near the Southern Wilds.
Dangerous territory down there, or at least at one time it was.
It can be.
But it has since found balance, due to a few adventurers helping out. So definitely a lot safer than what it was.
Well, good to know. Good to know. Welcome to the city. Just need names real quick for the census.
Of course. Grokus Darkbringer.
Grokus Darkbringer.
Artemis Valor.
Artemis Valor. You see him kind of like sketching quickly with his pen. He's got these big flourishes at the end of everything.
I am Uranus.
Uranus. Surname?
Just Uranus. No surname.
Just Uranus. All right. Very good. He like goes back and you see him like kind of frustratedly add a flourish at the end of the S to Uranus because he was waiting for the last name in order to do that.
Very good. Excellent.
Right. Before you go, as part of the citywide Chamber of Commerce welcoming initiative, please take a packet. And kind of looks over to the guard, and you can see, like, even behind the helmet, you can see the guard roll his eyes, and then reach over and grab this little kind of like leather folio, and hand it up to you.
I'll take it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Enjoy your time in the city.
Rose has to really kind of look deep to kind of read it. What is this a?
You open it up. You open it up, and inside you find a couple different things. One is a map of the city. That is a rough hand-drawn map that is somewhat to scale, but more has like think of like the maps at Disney where like the main attractions are like much bigger on the map than everything else, and several places of interest and businesses and whatnot are labeled on the map for you. The other thing inside is a coupon that gives you half off a night stay at the Golden Sale.
So, where should we go first?
Well, I mean, obviously, we should probably step by the church first just to get a feel for it. But I mean, I'll let you guys decide. There's only stop by there at least once today. That'd be nice, but.
We can go to the church if you want to go to the church.
I mean, I don't want to make I know you guys. I mean,
we know you want to go.
I mean, it's as long as you guys want to, if you guys insist. I mean,
Yes.
I guess we can go.
Okay, so what's the decision?
To the church.
To the church. The one labeled, there are two places of worship labeled on the map. One is the Temple of Boreador, and the other is the Shrine of Tamerlane. Neither gods that you worship, Grokus.
Well, I'll let you guys decide which ones. I mean, I don't see one for Enter yet, but we'll change that. But we'll definitely get them going. But I'll let you guys choose between the two that they have here. Let's see, what does that say? Yeah, I'll let you guys choose.
Religion doesn't mean much to me, so.
And you know
Okay.
it doesn't mean much to me either.
Acting like I didn't hear that. I'm sorry, you know. My ears must be clogged. I just didn't misheard what you guys said, but I think you were picking a church, right? So which one was it? Was it the let's see. He has a hard time like he's putting it really close, like I suppose because it used to be.
We can go to the shrine, Grokus. We can go to the
We'll
shrine.
go to the shrine just for you.
Yes. That'd be wonderful. And maybe afterwards we can stop by the library, Artemis, and know that you're still doing some research, so we can definitely stop by there too.
Yes,
That'd be-
please. Need a proper library.
Should we go to the stables first to drop off our horses?
Perhaps.
That'd be smart. Yes.
Yeah, I'd like to head to the stables.
Okay. There's not a stables marked on the map, so you'd have to probably ask around a little bit to find a stable itself.
Can I just stop somebody walking on the street?
Yeah, this little old lady, gnome, with a large basket that she's balancing on her head as she's going, is the nearest person. So you stop her and she goes, yes, son?
Yeah, hi. Great job you're doing there. I was
She's
just wondering.
trying to look up at you, but the height difference is so extreme that she can't actually see you without tipping the basket
I'm gonna
over.
crouch down. I'm just gonna try to get down to her height. So she
Normally
doesn't
that's
have to do it.
patronizing, but I actually appreciate it in this moment. Thank you.
Okay, I can stand up too.
No.
It's-
I can't really tip backwards.
Okay, no.
Okay.
So I was just wondering if there was a stable anywhere to leave our horses.
The various guilds and some of the richer folk have stables, but mostly it's the inns and the taverns that have them attached for travelers.
Okay. Thank you. Do you need any kind of help with your basket?
No,
of
I'm
milk?
perfectly fine. And she just pop.
I'm going to give her a quick blessing from Enter, so I'm going to cast Bless on her as she
Okay,
goes.
you notice her back straighten up a little bit and like oh, and just kind of like trots off with a spring in her step.
Yeah. Should we go to the tavern first and then the shrine?
Yes, I think I need a drink. It's been a
I'm
while.
always out for a drink.
Mm-hmm.
And he stretches my back anyways, too. Can I just crack? Ugh.
Oh, that did not sound good.
Yeah, it didn't feel good. Okay, but
Mood. I know that feeling.
fine. It's fine. It's just, you know. But yeah, let's stop by there first. Are there a couple on the map? Or
There
a couple
are.
top-
So the city itself is divided into 3 levels. You're at the top level right now, having just come in. And there's a tavern marked on each one. The one at the top level is the Top Shelf Inn and Suites. The one in the middle level is called the Halfling's Luck. And then on the lower level near the coastline is the Golden Sail. That's the one that you have the coupon for.
Grokus does like a deal.
So it's the farthest one away, though.
I say go with the coupon.
Yes, the wisest choice. So let's go.
Just good sense. Financially, fiscally responsible.
Absolutely.
Yes, we must balance our money just as we balance everything else in life. So
A balanced budget, right? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. To the which one was it? The leather? No, that was not it.
It's a very different tavern.
Oh. Well, now.
The Golden Sail.
The golden sail. Yeah.
I want to go to that tavern now.
Oh,
Maybe
I
later.
did not plan to have balanced budgets in my D&D games, but here we are. Here we are.
I saw that look you gave me. I was like, this is.
All right, so you all begin to make your way down through the various shelves and whatnot. You're not the only people on horseback, although you quickly find out it might actually be a little easier to get off and kind of lead your horses and maneuver, just in order to kind of weave through people a little more gracefully. As you're going, you are seeing, you all come from various places and various backgrounds. You've traveled well, you've seen a little bit of everything in your time, and this feels like someone took a little bit of every experience you ever had and plopped it down in one little coastal town. It is incredibly diverse in its cast of characters, and the smells and the sounds that you're hearing. The market square you go through has trade and goods from all over the kingdom and other kingdoms as ships have come in from across the Forgotten Sea and brought wares from different places that you can't get normally here in Alson. There are halflings, there are humans, there are full-blooded elves and half-elves. You see tritons, which are very uncommon deeper in the kingdom. You see tieflings, and Artemis, you actually at one point see a very tall, slender gentleman who has kind of like an all-white suit, and he looks albino with this white hair, and then there's just these spectral wings that are floating behind him as another Aasimar, but fully realized in their celestial form, goes walking by. There is an element, just an aura that he gives off that everybody kind of stops and looks just a little bit and can't help but be drawn to the celestial.
Do you turn into that? Does that happen to you later? What?
Occasionally I can, yes. I haven't had reason to for quite some time now. But I just kind of give that Aasimar like a side eye.
I'm sure your wings are going to be look even better than theirs do, so I know they will.
Oh, you're biased.
Yeah, I don't know, because he's pretty cool, so, you know.
Do I see any dwarves by any chance?
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
Ooh, first roll. I roll. Okay, well, let's see how this goes. Okay, it's perception, you said?
Yep.
That's not a
Okay.
good sound.
Okay, that's a 15.
15's not bad at all. You look around and you do not see any dwarves. You do see dwarven wares. Dwarven runes every once in a while, scrawled on a little sign on top of a pop-up stall or whatnot in the marketplace. And you see, and getting a little bit of a closer look, you see almost like chunks of rock that have dwarven runes carved on them, like out for sale, and various other almost like broken pieces of dwarven machinery or whatnot. Nothing's fully realized, nothing's working. Everything seems to be like, the remains of things. But yeah, that catches your eye.
I probably go up to one and kind of just touch one of the runes, just kind of look at it. Oh, I'm fine. I was just I just noticed something, that's all. But it's we can move in.
I'll give you a good deal if you want to buy that, son.
Maybe, but we're trying to save a little coin right now. So we just got here, so we definitely will be back in the area. It's a good deal. Oh. We'll be back. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
All right, don't forget.
What is your name? What is your name, sir?
My name is Brennan.
Brennan. Nice to meet you. I'm gonna reach on my hand. It's nice to meet you, Brennan.
So it's this large furbolg man who's just got these big hunched shoulders, and he's super tall. He's 7 foot, and just reaches down and just engulfs your hand in his and just shakes it.
Well, strong grip you got there, lad. Whoa.
Strong grip yourself.
Yes. Where did you come by this stuff, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh well, the mysteries of the dwarven mine off to the north of the city are still unfolding, but new items come almost every day. It's quite a miraculous thing. This here is, and he kind of points to one of the broken pieces. This is a bit off of a magical anvil. The runes here, you see, are carved in order to enchant items and whatnot. Now, of course, it's not working as is now, it's just a piece of it, but collect enough of them, and you might get yourself a new working dwarven enchanting anvil.
Rogos kind of looks away in shame. Well, I don't have need for that. I'm not much of not very, never really learned how to do anything like that, so.
Of course not. Of course not. This isn't for you. And he's like in full salesman mode now, thinking he's got you hooked. And he like swings over to another item and like pulls out this like long metallic kind of jointed thing. It's weird looking. It's got all these little spindly offshoots. He's like, this here is a piece of medical equipment that the dwarves would use to work out all the knots and sores in their back from working so hard all day.
Now, Grogu.
He's like touches his back. He's like, no, we can't. That is really nice. We will be back, Brennan. Like I said, we are on the way to do something right now. But
how much does it cost, Brennan?
For this, half off for the young man here, of course, is this is a measly 50 gold pieces.
50.
50.
For this dwarven medical artifact. I'm having a hard time here, guys. Keeping it together.
Are you sure it works? I mean, if you've never used it before, surely it can't be 50 gold, maybe 25.
Oh, the balance that is.
I was thinking 20.
He's kind of looking back and forth and getting a little flustered. It's like, well, I can demonstrate it, of course, here. If the young dwarf would just turn around real quick.
Young dwarf, okay, well. I'll mess with you. Well, I guess I am pretty spry myself, so I guess I kind of stays a little straighter. I mean,
and he motions for you to turn around so he can put it on your back. And he like slaps this thing up against your back and begins like moving it, and it's like it just feels weird, and like you all can see like this is not what this is meant to do, whatever it is. It's just like a bunch of like metal spindly legs that are like crunching along his back and flopping and smacking.
That's enough. Okay.
Oh.
Wow.
You probably feel better already, don't you?
Yes, I feel something. All right. Yes.
Thank you so much.
But yes, like I said, we'll definitely be back. So just we'll.
Right. Well, the sale offer is rescinded at the end of the day. So hope you come see me soon.
Yes, of course. Thank you, Brennan. Like I said, good to meet you.
You as well, I suppose.
Have a blessed day too. Thanks to Andrew. So cast bless on him as well.
Okay. He kind of like, it's nice to meet you too. Thank you so much. I hope you come back.
All right. Sorry about that, you guys. Did you guys hear about another mine though to the north?
Yes.
Yeah, a much more productive mine. It would seem so many things in this town that they have no idea what they do.
At least we know. I mean, from what we found, we probably know what some of the stuff might actually do. I mean, I guess we're in the process of learning. So sometime we might be able to stop by there. Maybe if you guys wouldn't mind sometime. But like I said, later on. Just something to keep.
We are looking for that piece for the construct.
Yes.
But we can go to the tavern first.
You all make your way to the Golden Sail, which is kind of off to the north of the. Let me make sure I check my map correctly. Yes, it is off to the north side of the lower shelf. As you walk up to it, it is a pretty standard-looking tavern building. It is, a 2-story inn with a stables and kind of a storage shack out back. It's kind of one feature, and hence the name is that there is a large sail that is on a mast and strung up, and it probably was golden at one point. It's very faded. It's got some holes and some patches, and it's definitely been the recipient of a lot of the coastal weather down here out in the elements. But you can see where the name would have come from, and you can hear inside that there's just, there's various, talking in voices. You can hear like a low drum beat from probably some bard that's playing in the corner or something like that. As you get a little closer and come near the front door, down here by the coast, there's a lot stronger smell of salt, and seaweed and some sort of sometimes decaying fish and whatnot. And as you leave the market square and come into this portion of town, that salt smell gets even stronger. As you open the door and walk into the to the tavern itself, it is very much hitting you with the smell of very cheap ale. It's very strong. It smells like it's been spilled on the floor. Your feet are a little sticky as you walk in. You look around, and in general, there's this kind of similar situation where there's lots of things that probably at one point looked very nice. There's various brass bits, the handles of brass, and the taps in the back are brass and whatnot. There's crystals everywhere, and there's some mirrors and everything, but everything's kind of been faded and tarnished with time, and the upkeep hasn't been the best.
Can I see whatever bard is playing music?
Yeah, you look over in the corner, and there is a Triton sitting in the corner there. So kind of like a sea green skin and more like fins of sorts for ears. You see the gills on the side of the neck kind of flapping as they breathe a little bit. Very tall, very lanky, kind of swimmer's build, as is typical with the underwater folk. And they're just kind of keeping a low rhythm going. There's no accompaniment. It's just a very kind of unobtrusive beat going on in the background.
Get nothing on you, Uranus. Nothing.
You feeling the urge to join?
Oh no, I'm gonna take this guy's audience, and I'm just gonna start playing.
I'm a cast guy. Gonna pat you back. Like, you got this.
And minor illusion, some sparks coming from my fingers while I play, and yeah, I'm just gonna pick up on whatever kind of beat he's putting down and kind of riff off of it, and just make it so much better than what he was doing.
Okay. Roll a performance check for me and hold that number, because as the three of you enter, sitting off in another corner of the bar, there are two other figures. And as the two of you kind of look up and see these new people come in, and one of them pull out a lyre and begin playing music, it's very out of place. But the two of you are a little out of place here as well, in your own way. One of you looking very much like you belong in the wealthier part of town, not down here in one of the seedy dive bars. And the other one of you carrying yourself with an air of excitement and enthusiasm that not many of the patrons of a place like this exude. Most people come in here, keep to themselves, put their face in their drink, and drown their sorrows. Nevertheless, that's not stopped your vigor and your excitement about being here in Floross. So Cheryl and Darby, can you describe your characters for us, please?
Okay, never mind. Sure. So the taller of the two figures is a young tiefling woman, gray skin, long wavy black hair down her back, these pearlescent white curling horns that kind of go back like around her ears, and she's got on this rather flamboyant outfit, black and white corset, black and red corset, red coat, black pants and boots, and she's got a rapier at her side.
Peony is a halfling. She has like dark hair that's tied back into a bun, kind of low bun. She's dressed in a lot of greens. Is a very practical outfit, something you could move around pretty comfortably in. It's not very flashy. It's just a lot of greens and browns, some gold-ish looking metal where the color is. But probably the most interesting thing is the bow that she has strapped along her back that is almost compound bow-like. It has like gears and cogs and such things that are attached to it in a shiny red gem kind of near where she would be firing from. That's just sort of strung along her back as she's just very excitedly like, I didn't know you could play your own music here. Like...
So what, as let's rewind just a few moments before these three characters came in. What are the two of you doing here, and what are you talking about?
Well, we've been left unsupervised. Um, so I guess we went somewhere to find some snacks while we waited.
There's a huge pile of pastries in front of us as Peony is like, so this one's a croissant?
Close enough, yes.
And she's just like biting into this one, and then like, and this one's a cannoli.
A cannoli?
A cannoli.
Yes.
Well, that's interesting. And she's just trying all these different pastries, and she's like, I've never had so much like baked things before.
Well, that is a real tragedy. I'm glad that we stopped at the bakery so that I could treat you.
Yeah. Like mouthful. She's like combining the like wrapping the cannoli and the croissant, and then like
Amazing.
and then every once in a while she's like slipping some under her coat. It's just like
Yeah, the crunchy noise coming from under the coat for no reason whatsoever.
no reason.
Yeah. As you're finishing up this conversation about cannolis, you see these three figures walk in. It does catch your eye a little bit. They look to be, travelers who are pretty well kept. They don't have as much of the road on them. One of them looks to be, as best you could tell, a dwarf, which is incredibly uncommon here in this world. And yes, one of them immediately whips a lyre out from behind his back and strikes a chord. You see sparks fly out of the fingertips as he does so. Going back to that performance check, if you didn't already, roll that with advantage, because you're casting a little magic with it in order to enhance the performance.
And I'm gonna cast light on his lyre as well, so
Okay,
gonna give
You
him
cast
like-
light on his lyre?
Yeah, so it gives it a nice
Okay,
little glow. So
okay.
Oh,
Light's bright, y'all.
Yeah.
That's 21.
21. The whole
Yeah.
place just bong, like it's like someone turned on a stage light in this room.
and it's his favorite color too. I can choose a color, so it's around. I think I know what's your favorite color. I think I would know. Well, what's your favorite color?
Orange.
What's a nice orange glow?
Okay.
I can
Okay.
choose the color. So
So bright, but not like bright white
yeah,
light.
yeah, more like
but
a
orange
mood
kind of a
lighting.
nice
Yeah, like
glow
orange,
to
like,
things.
yeah. Yes.
You still very much get everybody's attention, and the bartender from behind the bar is like, turn that off! What is that? That's so bright!
Oops. Yes, it kind of disrupted the balance a little bit. Touch. It is.
just a little bit.
I liked it, Brocus. I appreciated it.
Thank you. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to ruin that. But that sounded wonderful, though. That was, oh my gosh, that was fantastic.
And you see the bartender who's behind the bar, who is another Triton. This one a little bit beefier, and with a little bit of a punch to him. Just kind of like, friends, the music is good, but the light, that's too much. Come now.
Sorry about that, sir. I do apologize. I not well versed in accompanying, so do apologize for that. The only light we do need though is from Enner, so you're correct. We don't really need any kind of discipline. We have. Okay,
Are you what can I do for you? Are you looking for work, Bard? I've got one already.
Could have a better one.
It's tough talk, considering that's my brother.
Oof.
Oh,
Well,
I mean, the truth is the truth, though. So I mean, it's.
I didn't say it was wrong. I just said it was tough talk.
Go.
And you just hear off in the corner, hey.
Peony's just like ripping up bread and putting in her mouth like popcorn, like
Oh yeah.
like free and Peony are like,
Yeah. Yep. Entirely.
Yeah, have a seat, get a drink. When his set's over, you can have a shot, but no more of the light. Come on now. Everybody in here has hangovers.
No, I trim my nails really well.
That's not what that means.
What?
Hey. Ah, I see. Yeah.
What's the joke?
Hangovers, hangnails.
The bartender kind of looks like, are you two groups together? Is that what this is?
No, I just appreciate good jokes.
What joke?
Keep looking, and he just goes back to polishing a glass and serving other people.
Gonna cast bless on him as well. He's such a rebellious bear, so men are blessed.
Is bless a cantrip?
No, it's
No,
not.
it's
It's
not.
not.
You're doing guidance.
You're really confident I'm not going to throw a combat at you in episode 1.
I mean, it's what he would, it's what Grogus would do. Like
It's
he
what
wants
Grogus
so
would do.
it's. I've already come to grips with it.
Grokus
so.
goes to bed by 10 a.m. He's used all his spells.
Krogus is
It's
an
worth
old
it.
man.
If I can bless
Yes,
this one
you do.
person, like then I've done okay in that day. So as long as I can bless someone, then that's all I can do some days. So it's worth it.
Nevertheless, the two groups here see each other, and do you engage in more conversation, or do you find yourself a table elsewhere in the room?
Could I have one of those croissants?
Croissants?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, that
There
too,
are
yeah.
plenty. Please, help yourselves. That was quite an entrance.
Thank you. I like to make myself known. Usually.
It was very effective. Please, and I guess we'll like scoot so that there's room for them so that they can come and we have a mound of pastries.
Yeah, this is like
Yeah.
3 pounds of pastries.
Yeah.
Yes, you all made your way
Go
to
ahead.
Tasser's Bakery before
Sorry.
this and set him up very well for his weekly sales quota with everything.
The
Beanie
glass
was like,
case
wow,
was
this
empty.
is so cheap. Like, wow, this bin is like so cheap compared to the stuff that there's back around home. Like,
It doesn't look like any of this is cheap. How much did all this cost?
It does not matter. It was
Glad-
important for her to have the experience.
Okay, so money is no object.
I mean, money is an object, though.
But
It's also, I guess, a construct. But I don't really hunt these.
Can I do a perception check to see if there's like a coin bag or something?
Sure, go ahead and
It's
roll a perception check.
coin bag.
Artemis is about to have an aneurysm.
Team oops, I'll spill.
All the
Meet
social
team
anxiety
no
at
brain.
once.
That is 11. What's my perception? Plus 4, 15.
15. Pry, where do you keep your coin purse?
Most of it is in my backpack, and some of it is squirreled away in the place where girls keep things that they don't want anyone else to take.
With a 15, you do not see a coin purse right away. No.
Don't say.
Okay.
Peonies is in her bag of holding. Like, it's not even visible.
I guess.
I took it around. Ross, you can't just ask for money like that. Come on, lad. You gotta.
Hey, look. If they're flashing money like that, these pastries? Come on. Okay.
Is there something wrong with them?
No, they're
Well,
great.
Do they
They're
smell good? I
delicious.
imagine they smell really good. I imagine, especially compared to what the bar smells like. I imagine it'd be good. Smells like wafting from them.
Yeah, it's a very localized area that smells this good. Like, it doesn't extend far past this immediate booth. But this booth, as soon as you sit down, it's heaven.
I mean, if you, that's a lot up there. But if you need help, kind of,
Yeah, please have. Do you
Help
want?
yourselves.
and his blessing. Thank you so much. So yes, he's gonna just grab like one or two, just like look at his belly, but like well, whatever. Well, give me that look, Artemis. I'm exercising, okay?
The only things the pastries cost are your names. I'm interested in making new friends.
I'm Uranus.
I'm Grokus with a mouthful.
Grokus
Focus.
with a mouthful.
Got it.
I'm Artemis, and she takes a cannoli, just kind of inspecting it.
And you are?
My name is Pry, and this is Peony.
Peony and Pry.
Union pie.
And are you in town for the bakeries, or what brings you here?
Well, we're our friend. We're traveling with our friend Malachite, and he had to go do things. But I came here because I want to see the beach. I've heard people like talk about the beach, and I've seen like drawings and books about the beach, but I've never really seen the ocean. I really like to see the ocean, and that's a big reason I'm here. Also, because I'm an artificer, I came to learn more artificey stuff. You know, so
Oh, artificer.
yeah.
What kind of stuff? Because we might be looking for an artificer. What kind of stuff do you make, or what kind of artificer are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm like really. I don't know if there is a name for what I do, because like, before I didn't learn cantrips first. I learned cantrips later. I just started with like really advanced stuff. And I'm really good at like finding constructed beings and like kind of figuring them out and finding where they are. But like, I don't think there's no like I don't have like a specialty. I'm just like really good. I guess you could call me a constructinator. That would be the name. That's what I've been calling myself, because I wrote it in my book. And she's gonna open her journal and like flick to a page. It's like drawing of herself like standing on a defeated construct. She wrote
So interesting point of order, as Peony flips the journal around and shows you all this wonderful sketch of herself and all this writing. Most of you, if not all of you, other than Grokus, don't recognize the scrawlings. However, Grokus, you look at this and it's like someone lit a bomb off in your brain, because this little halfling is writing in fluent Dwarvish. At this point, essentially dead language.
Does that mean
my jaw just goes slack, and I kind of just look at the drawing to Peony, just back at it. What does it say? What am I reading? What am I reading on there? What is
Now
it?
you got to come up with this, Darby.
Peony, Belafontaine, artificer extraordinaire, deconstructinator. Question mark, and then a little arrow that says revamp later.
Where did you learn to write like this? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, where I grew up, there was a lot of there's this old ruin place I used to like go run around in, and you're writing on the wall, and I just sort of picked it up from there. I think I found like an ABC's book at one point. It fell apart after a while, but then I could read the stuff on the walls and things like that. And it really helped when like all the constructs and stuff would kind of like come around the corner and then try to delete me from existence. So it helped to see where the off button was. They really wrote it really clearly on some of the constructs, just like off.
You see Gorgus like look at Artemis and Aratus is like, do you know what language that is that you're writing in? Do you know?
Does Peony know what she's writing?
That's a great question. I would say yeah. Especially if you had an ABC book, it would have been, the ABCs of Dwarvish, yeah, or something.
Yeah, it's Dwarvish. I mean, I thought it was cool because, like, if not a lot of people can read this, so it's like a secret language, like, or I guess it's not really a secret language, but no one can read my notes. I mean, Pride still thinks this is not. I mean,
well, one person can at least, so very, very good handwriting though too. Very good penmanship.
oh, thank you. I kind of have to nail it when the practice, my practice skills were done by chiseling on stone. I had to get really good at doing straight lines. But yeah, I know how to do artificey stuff. I'm what they would call a savant. I even have a familiar, which I don't think is like a normal artificer thing to do. I think that's just like a special part of being my class. And she'll just like peep open her coat and a little tiny little dragon head will pop up.
Oh, that reminds me. I pull out a little a little shrub that looks like a shrub. Named Strubert. Pull him out. It looks like a nice, pretty well sized shrub. Kind of pull him out. Oh, I have a not really familiar, more like a friend of mine too. So I think remind me, I need to give him some water. I'll be right back and get some water really quickly just for Schubert. So don't mind me.
Well, nice to meet you, Schubert. She's like taking a branch and just.
I thought you meant like taking a branch off. I was like, no, but
No. She's just gently.
Rips a piece off of
Bonsai Schubert.
Oh. Just but a scratch. No, she's just gently raising and lowering the arm.
Grok, it's easy enough to go up to the bar and get a glass of water. Although the Triton bartender does give you a second look when you begin pouring it
just a little bit.
and some of it's dumping on the ground and everything like that.
There we go. Oh, sorry, I'll clean that up. Sorry, he's just a little thirsty. You can kind of see Schubert move around a little bit, just like just.
Is that thing alive?
Of course, yeah, Schubert. Yes, of course.
It's a plant.
A
Plants
dwarf?
are alive?
Well, right, but you know what I mean.
No.
It's like
No.
moving.
Yes, it does that. Kind of put it on my head. Just it's normal resting space.
You're a weird one. And he just goes back to what he's doing.
Well,
And I'm gonna turn to Pry and say, and what are you here for?
That is a great question. I am looking for new friends and for adventure, and that's kind of it.
Interesting. Just any kind of adventure.
Yes.
Do you know how dangerous adventuring can be?
Oh, sure. But I want to be a hero and make
That's
the
a good
world a
goal.
better place.
me too. That's why I'm a follower enter, trying to do the same thing with balance and everything else like that. So definitely.
Is that how you get that to stay on top of your head?
I guess in a way you can say that. I mean, Enter has a hand in lots of things, so I like to think he was how I ran into Schubert. If you want, you can pet him. This doesn't bite, at least not that I know of.
How would it bite?
Do they have a mouth?
That's a good question. Well, at least it hasn't been me so far, so it hasn't been anyone else. So I mean, so far so good.
Can I just order us some drinks?
You
I'd
can
like
indeed.
to order a round for the.
Yes.
For the-
A round of ale is going to cost you a gold piece for the table. But that is provided post haste, and everybody has a fresh drink in front of them.
Piotr, you said something about constructs. What were these constructs like?
Well, she'll like start flipping through her journal. She's like showing like some of the different ones that she has probably seen and deconstructinated in her time.
Do I
It's
recognize any of them? Would I be able to?
Yeah, I would like two people to actually make checks here as we start to begin to flip through Peony's notebook. Grokus, if you can roll a history check for me.
Ooh,
And
I can't.
Artemis, if you can roll an Arcana check.
Okay. 13 on history.
13?
Uh,
13 too, right? I think I saw the.
yeah.
13 as well?
Yeah.
Okay. The drawings are no offense, crude, and kind of broad, considering the intricacy of what they're actually depicting. That being said, as she's flipping, there is one construct in particular that, in shape and the number of legs coming off of it and whatnot, that it's not exact, but it reminds you very much of a construct that you all ran into down in Grispin Hills. There's no drawings that are super detailed enough to like understand the mechanisms of like how these work, whether the gear work or the arcane focus inside or whatnot that drives them. But just in the broad strokes, you see ones of varying sizes and utility. Some that certainly look more like tools, some that look a little bit more like defenders or weaponry. But then there is this one that looks kind of similar to one you've run into before.
It's like a journal she took of like, oh, this one would move and do these things. This one was safe to like ignore. This one had an off button. It's like arrows drawn to it. Stuff like that.
So you've encountered one of these before?
Probably. Which one are you?
Yeah, I pointed
With the one with all the legs. That.
Yes, that one there.
Oh, what does Peony's little like?
I think you labeled it leggy.
Leggy, yeah. I guess it had legs. So it didn't seem inappropriate to name it leggy.
I like the name. I think it's a fantastic name. It's.
Yeah.
How did you not die? Was it off? Did you turn it off?
For that one, did I have to hunt and destroy that?
For that one, you came across this big boxy looking thing with all these legs that was just completely inert. There was no sign of it moving in a long time. There's like dust and rubble on top of it. It's just something kind of passing by that, because of its size, you stopped and took notice, but it wasn't moving at all.
Well, when I saw it, it wasn't really moving. Had a bunch of dents in it, and there was like rubble everywhere.
Probably a good thing. Yes, definitely that was definitely a good thing that it was not.
I'll just add that to my notes. It's just she scribbles avoid.
Being an artificer, would you know where to get parts for things in town?
Well, not me in particular. I'm not from here. I sort of I grew up in the forest that's like back there, like a long ways. It's like some days back there, but to the left. You know, like it's the one. It has a tree that goes like whoop, and then its branches go like whoop, and then it goes up, and then it goes wheat, and then last thing goes like what, you know. If you know that tree, that's like kind of where I'm from, so I don't really know this part of town. Our friend Malachite, though, would probably know where to get stuff. Otherwise, I usually just get my stuff from when I went down into the ruins where I came from. That's where I kind of got. She'll point to the bow on her back. Like that's where I got all of these from, and just kind of figured it out. Plus, there was like an artificer fair that happened every year near me, but that's like special and stuff. Not really regular.
So then maybe we should stay with you guys until your friend Malachite comes back. Have some questions.
Peony's eyes go, new friends? If words can flit across someone's eyes, it's like,
In
new
Dwarvish. In Dwarvish.
friends.
Yes, in Dwarvish.
In Dwarvish, just like, oh.
Grokus, you read this as Rock Wall. It's about this time that all of a sudden you're, hey, Bard! And you look over and the bartender is kind of motioning you over and he's like, his set's done, your turn.
His name's Uranus.
You got this, lad. Pat of so you have guidance. Got this.
Yeah, I'd like to stride over, cape of billowing, just doing its billowy thing.
Okay.
And you know, introduce the people to some lo-fi hip hop.
All right. Just give me a little description of the mood of the piece you play, and kind of the tapestry of sound that you weave here.
I think it's mellow at first, kind of to go along with the mood of the bar. It kind of seems like a low key type thing, but I think as it goes on, if I'm doing well enough to get the people into it, it kind of picks up the energy a bit to be a little bit more lively, because that's just the kind of tavern I like to be in.
Yeah.
And yeah, just have a good time, get people moving a little bit.
Go ahead and roll a performance check.
Could I have said, instead of doing that, could I have done one attachment enhance ability, given him what's it called? Eagle splendor, something like fly like an eagle. And do that. So
You can, yeah.
Yes.
What does that do?
That gives you
That makes-
advantage on charisma checks.
And
Oh, thank goodness.
can I minor illusion like mood lighting behind him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just,
Not as bright
just,
as mine.
just a little bit of like twinkle lights kind of going
Can
on.
can I use thaumaturgy
Oh God.
to cause some like tremors with the beat drops?
Okay.
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 They're harmless tremors for 1 minute, but like
All right.
as the beat drops.
Oh,
I'm gonna
that's
say,
sick.
Peony, that you have to time that, right? So you also are gonna need to make a performance check in order to see if you land the beat along with Uranus. But Uranus, go ahead and roll yours with advantage.
I got a 27 thanks to that advantage. Otherwise, I rolled a 4.
Thank
so I would've
Enter.
had it.
Thank
Let's
Enter.
go. I needed that.
Oh, 27. That's tight.
15.
15? Yeah. You're picking up enough in order to drop those thaumaturgy tremors at the right time. And Uranus, you begin playing, you've got the lights behind you, you feel, I mean, you are feeling it. Grokus has done this before, you know that little extra boost that it gives you, but also like, man, this is just what you do. And so you're laying it down, and you're very attuned to the room in this moment. You're seeing, you know, the half drunks, the people who are there just to get away, the couple people that are other travelers like yourself that are kind of like wide-eyed and like, oh, is this what taverns in Floross are like? And you kind of like ramp the volume at times, and you're in tune enough to know to like watch when someone like starts to look at you and like lean into that moment and kind of help draw one by one everybody like fishing into your net. And then you've got them all, and you begin to pick it up a little bit, and you get the pace going, and the sparkly lights behind begin to flash a little bit brighter, a little more color and whatnot. And by the end of the performance, all of a sudden the beat drop starts coming in, and you're stomping your foot just a little bit. I mean, it's still lo-fi, it's still mellow, but it's got that groove to it. And you're like, damn, did I put on weight? Or nope, that's some magical enhancement, as the whole place just begins to shake just a little bit with every single hit. And you come to that final crescendo, and then it comes in quiet at the end. Harkens back to the beginning of that song and leaves everybody just a little bit wistful and wanting more before it trails out.
Do I see anybody with a hat?
Oh yeah, there's a couple of different folks with hats. Yeah.
I would like to take their hat off with mage hand and just like float it around the room for money.
Yeah. With that good of a performance, everybody's chipping in. I'm gonna roll to see what we get here.
Ooh.
Not great rolls. You get a total of 7 gold pieces, the equivalent of.
Okay.
It's a lot of silver and copper and whatnot, but 7 gold pieces
Okay.
for a
I'll
little
take
bar
it.
like this, not bad.
Yeah. Cool.
Peony's like, ooh.
That was. I feel like I got close to enter with what you just played. That was. That was.
Oh
really
no,
good.
I felt it. I felt Enor that time. I felt the balance. I was in the zone thanks to you. And something there was something else under it. I didn't do it, and I don't know if you did it.
That wasn't you. That weird beat thing. Artemis, was that?
That
Artemis,
was
that
not
you?
me. That was not me.
Hi.
It
We're
was you.
friends now.
Impressive.
I'm gonna toss her like 3 gold because I can't give her more than half. But I'll give
Money is no meaning to Peony.
And
she'll
then
take it.
all of a sudden you all hear this very muffled, like boom sound.
Oops.
And
What was?
You did not do that one.
I did not.
Whoa.
no, I'd say excuse me if I did.
Oh,
You see a couple people looking out the window and go, hey, what's going on?
Can Peony go take a like hop off and up
Yeah.
to the
I'll
sea
follow
you-
along too. I will follow along with the piano.
Yeah.
Two of you and people behind kind of look, and you see off, still in the lower level, but several bits deep, like several streets deep, you see this little bit of smoke that's kind of coming up.
I think someone might need help. We definitely.
Yeah. Can I send Petal? The puff of smoke. It
Yes.
wouldn't be anywhere near where Malachite was
Right.
supposed to be going, would it?
You aren't 100% certain where Malachite went.
Solid.
Although I want to see if she's not very bright. She's just gonna assume Malachite's in charge.
Maybe I think we should definitely might need to go see what's going on. I'm gonna take off Schubert, put Schubert away safely. Let's do.
Yeah,
Do-
let's.
do
Do
you mind if we can go together? Yes, I mean,
Yeah.
and this is definitely a good time for Pri if you want to, start with that being hero. So definitely a good time for it. I feel like.
If someone is in trouble, then yes.
Hero stuff.
Hero stuff.
Malachite's gonna be so proud of us.
Let's.
Yeah, Uranus is just gonna give them a look of they don't know how bad shit can get.
Nope.
It's out this really big crossbow that looks like it packs a punch,
Okay.
and run off with them.
You all begin heading that direction. Most folks are kind of standing and looking like it's curious, but like people aren't like going out of their way to get in trouble, except for this group. And you all begin tearing down the streets, kind of looking in that direction. Starts to die down, and you're running down one of the streets when all of a sudden, boom! There is another huge explosion, much closer than the last one. It is probably 4 buildings in front of you, and it just comes like you just see smoke and debris come jettisoning out of one of the alleyways into this kind of side road that you're at. As all of a sudden, coming careening out of the alleyway and stumbling, smashing into the opposite wall, and then turning and starting to stumble towards all of you, you see a human woman. And Shannon, welcome to the table. And would you like to describe your character, please?
Yes, I would. Yes.
Dramatically appropriate moment.
So you see this this human woman. She's covered in like debris and dust, and she's just like slammed up against the sidewall she just came out of, and she's kind of like trying to like just steady herself. And you see like her eyes are wide. One is blue, one is purple, and she's wearing like this you could call it a cowboy hat, but it's a fantasy cowboy hat, and her hair is in like messy pigtails, and she's got on this collared purple vest and just simple pants and boots, and she's got a huge scroll case on her back, and she just is like looking around panic. She sees you guys, and she just forces her way into the middle of her group and links arms with Pry, and she takes off her hat. Just keep walking, nothing happened, keep walking.
Are you in trouble?
Might be. Just keep walking, please.
Okay, let's go, team.
Well, hi, my name's
Yeah, I'm gonna put away my crossbow and act like everything's normal.
Okay.
yes.
Are you continuing to walk in the direction of the smoke, or are you turning around and hiking the other way?
I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask, is
suddenly we
anyone
just-
that hurt? Does anyone need a
Goku's
hurt?
No.
Nope,
It's the
none of our business.
None of our. Yep.
things just got a little blown apart, but it's fine. Just keep walking, please.
Are you the one that blew things up though, or was that?
Maybe I don't really know what
Why?
happened. Can we go somewhere? We can talk later.
Okay, but only if you buy us 5 pounds of pastries.
What? You just add 5 pounds of pastries.
I know the baker. I might be able to get you just whatever you want. Just get me out of here.
Let's go. Peony is like,
I guess we go to the
okay.
church. Do we know if the church is nearby where we are?
From where you are right now, it's still a little ways across town, so it's going to be a bit of a hike to get over to
Well,
there.
go somewhere closer.
Yeah, I guess we just keep walking away from the.
I'll just like keep looking over my shoulder every once in a while and just kind of like keep my hat off and try like I'm tall-ish. I'm about the same height as Prize, so I'm kind of just like I'm hooked on her arm and just kind of like trying to blend into the middle of your group.
I'm gonna like extricate my arm from yours for a moment and take off my coat, and it has a hood, so I'll sort of drape it around your shoulders and put the hood up.
Oh, thank you. That's
Is there
brilliant.
someone after you?
There might be. I'd rather just not talk to them at the moment.
All right.
So a couple things that you all notice here in this moment. One, Pry, as you're putting the coat over your new friend, you notice that there is this scarring along her face on the left side, and it continues down the neck, and actually her arms are bare underneath her vest, and you see it go down the shoulder. It's heavy scarring, but it looks to be old.
Okay, so it's not from.
It's not.
the
It doesn't
boom.
seem to be a
Okay.
fresh injury. Like you probably, Shannon, you probably have a couple cuts and scrapes on you, but nothing too major. So that catches your eye. The other thing is Peony, with your passive perception, and just kind of looking around and whatnot. All of a sudden, you're several houses down now, but all of a sudden you see 2 figures coming out of the smoke behind as well, and they're looking back and forth, and they are looking kind of frantic in this moment. They're just
like-
silhouettes right now.
Okay, where is... I think I would have Petal sort of up in the air, like... When we started running towards this area, Petal was like up in the
Okay.
air. I imagine that Petal's now just circling our group as we're
Sure.
leaving. Can Petal get a good eye on what they're...
Roll a perception check for Petal.
Oh boy. Perception. Okay. That'll be a dirty 20. Thank you
Oh,
very much.
I can't tell with your faces whether it's a bad or a good roll. I'm gonna learn.
You can't. This is the best poker face because I just react in big ways, and therefore
Everything is a tell, so nothing's a tell.
Exactly.
With a dirty 20, Petal does look down and get a good look at them. Now you don't have like a link or anything to be able to get that information right away. But yeah, Petal gets a good look.
So, couple questions. Who are you?
Oh,
Who are they? And what just happened?
you don't need to know who they are, but my name's Daisy May. Nice to meet you. Thank you for just going with this. I know stranger coming out of nowhere is a little disorienting, but I appreciate
Especially after an explosion.
it. Yes.
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 Well, it was good to provide balance when it's needed. So
Will
Absolutely.
we need to know who they are if they continue following us?
The 2 figures, Peony, and anyone else who looks behind now, are not running, but walking very fast in your direction.
I do
Does
the
it
old
look-
person look around like full body, like, huh?
Are they walking in our
Stop.
direction because they are trying to come for our group, or are they walking in our direction because that's one way to go out of the smoke?
Make an insight check.
I love having proficiency in insight.
I'm going to
Very laugh.
I want to walk up to them and ask them, excuse me, would you guys like to know about NR?
18 on insight.
18 on insight. They're coming for your group.
Oh my
Now,
God.
whether or not they actually saw Daisy May, don't know, but they see a group of people and they're headed that direction. So,
I've enjoyed
Brocus,
them.
you split off.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Stress.
Our Lord and Savior, God of balance.
As you approach them, Grokus, you now get a better look at who these two individuals are. One is a woman with kind of medium brown skin and kind of fine features and short black hair. And she has what is now broken off, a cigar that she's kind of chomping in her mouth, like a thin cigar, but it's like very unceremoniously kind of cut off at the end and kind of frayed. She's wearing leathers and just a big black coat, but you see on her hands she's wearing a pair of knuckle dusters. And she's got a couple light scars on her face, nothing too major, but definitely been in a scrape or two. The other person is a half-orc woman who has, hair pulled back into a tight bun, and is carrying a club of some sort. Just looks almost like, fancy equivalent of a baseball bat, just kind of a rudimentary type club, and also wearing kind of plain brown and black leathers. And what do you say to them as you come up to them?
Blessed day. Hello. Nice to meet you. If you guys have, I don't know if you've heard, and I'm looking for a church of Anor. I'm sure you've heard of him, but I was looking for, if you guys can point me in the right direction, that'd be wonderful.
The human woman walks right past you. The half-orc grabs you by the shoulder and says, "She with you all?"
What do you mean, she?
The little brat. Is she with you all?
Hey, I'm not that little.
Kind of looks up to people talking.
Uranus is gonna sigh so deeply and roll his eyes.
Peony's like puffing up, and Petal will come down and sit on her head and just like.
Have you all kind of stopped here?
Oh God, no! I'm dragging
no.
her further. She's still linked arms with me. I'm gonna keep going.
Don't stop! Don't
it's
stop!
like,
No, keep walking, please. You don't want to mess with these people.
Everyone is with Anor. Everyone is with everyone. So technically, I guess yes, you could say that the person probably is with us. I mean, with Anor, we kind of would balance.
Daisy
May! Together for it. So
yeah, Uranus is gonna flip around and walk towards them and just say, "I'm so sorry. My friend here, he just gets confused sometimes, and he kind of just Anor is just wants somebody he knows from the old days. I wouldn't worry about it.
They have spotted you now as the group has discombobulated and split. They see the back of your head, and you just hear Daisy May. You just hear Gormer. You just hear Gormer say, "Daisy May,
Shit.
get back here."
Is there an alleyway that I can pull prey into so we
Yeah,
can
there
start
is,
running?
if you wanna
Great,
run.
we're running.
Okay.
I'm a hostage now.
The human woman starts taking off after them, but she's got to go past Uranus and Peony and Artemis.
Can I try to trip her?
I would old person me the way the other one.
Okay, just kind of bumbling like. Uranus, make an attack roll.
Oh my god.
Attack roll. Okay.
What is no one
That's
talking about
a
Anor?
17. Do I add anything to that?
Just your strength bonus.
Don't think I'm very strong.
Strength. Everyone's dumb stat.
0, so 17.
That still beats her. So your foot goes out, and she and doesn't quite bite it, but goes stumbling and kind of falls to a knee.
Sorry, didn't see you there. My bad.
She just gets up and starts running.
Can I cast Hold Person on her?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
What's the save?
Wisdom 12.
Oh, I gotta look up something real quick.
12! 12! I know!
It's not a high roll, but what's her bonus?
Uh-oh.
Come on.
It's a 12.
Oh no!
She takes half a step slower and then shakes it off and then keeps going.
Entangle as Pri and Daisy May and Peony are kind of being, or Daisy May is dragging Pri and Peony because Peony is being dragged by Pri. He'll just kind of just look at the ground and just
Yeah. What does it look like? What comes up?
So especially in this the entrance to this alleyway that we're being peeled down, it's all these weeds and things that have grown, plants that she's very, very familiar with, just start growing up out of the cracks of the street. Thank you very much. Street, and even just growing into the walls a little bit,
Okay.
like, and just rising up into these like tangled messes that would be like high for a person, but for Peony, if she were to like kind of duck into it, would be like fully concealing her body.
Okay.
They're like tall
What's the
grasses.
save on entanglement?
They have to make a strength check against a 13. Not much higher, but
Natural 19. So
but she does have to. It is half movement.
okay.
I believe.
So
It
it
is
takes
difficult
her.
terrain.
She rounds the corner and enters this, and starts kicking things off, and moves a little slower. And in that instant where she slowed down, you all can bolt and cut around another alleyway. I'm gonna say for the three of you who are bolting through the alley, I need a group stealth check to disappear. Meanwhile, the Grispin Hills adventurers are out in the alleyway dealing with this half orc. So hold that stealth number.
I'm just talking with her.
The half orc is trying to get around you. So go ahead and make a athletics or acrobatics check. This is like an opposed grapple almost.
Well, ew, athletics or acrobatics. Well, all right, so that's gonna be a 7. Oh, you don't have any time? Just a quick question. If I could just point me in the direction of.
She shoulder checks you out of the way and goes running past. So this half orc is now in hot pursuit as well, trying to run past both Uranus and Artemis.
Guys, what are we doing? Are we hurrying them?
I guess we're going after him.
She's about to pass. She's still running past you in this moment. You have a moment to react as she goes by.
As she goes by, I guess I'm gonna just, as she runs past, just put a hand out and cast Inflict Wounds.
Okay, is that a touch spell?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack roll for that then.
So what do I get to add? +6. Okay.
Got this.
That's 16.
16 hits. So you manage to grab onto her collar as she goes by. Roll for damage.
3d10. That's a lot of damage.
Oh, it's like, oh my god.
Inflict
Like,
wounds is freaking nasty.
It is.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Which ones are the d10s? Here's one.
it's okay. I got a healing word. It's okay.
Yeah, because she might be.
He's not dying. It's not on my watch.
Yeah, all right. That is 3, 1, 2, so 6.
6 points. She you see her knees buckle, and then she stumbles forward a little bit and looks back at you, and she just swings at you with the club. That is going to be a 19 to hit.
That is
That
not
hits.
what they mean when they say, well, let's go clubbing.
That hits.
You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage
Okay.
as she just clocks you across the jaw with just the tip of it. It just kind of catches you. And then she turns and continues running.
Oh.
She's got a goal.
Oh no, firebolt to the back, if I can.
Okay, go ahead and roll that attack. Yep.
Y'all are fighting for me, and we just met.
Oh, that's
And
Well,
saying
now she
that,
hit me, so
They
we have
called me
Yeah.
short.
All right,
I wanna
that's fair. That's fair.
7.
A 7 total does
Yeah.
not hit. No.
and I've cast spiritual weapon. It's gonna be of a giant scale. It's gonna be like a tilting scale, and so it's gonna come down
just
to
come down.
because
and,
after seeing Ross get
bong.
hit, I'm like, hold on a second, that was.
Okay, yeah, you get an action here, so go ahead and roll an attack with that.
Ooh, it's 18 plus.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah, just a little bit.
So. Okay. let's
Here's
see.
the good rolls from Blake.
Yeah, finally.
Ooh, and that's gonna be a 12 damage.
Yeah.
And so you see the scale. You see this golden scale to materialize into thin air, kind of tilting up and down, right above where they are. It's gonna just come down.
And her.
It comes down and bong, like Looney Tunes her right on top of the head. She crumples face first into the ground, unconscious.
Good.
That was what good. Very good.
Sometimes balance requires a little bit, of a little force sometimes. So
A heavy hand.
Cutting back to our
Are
friends
you
in the
okay?
alley. Pry, Peony, and Daisy May, what are your stealth checks?
10.
10,
20.
20.
13. But you said we could like go around a corner.
Yeah.
So I think what I was actually going to do is kind of like push Daisy May ahead of me, turn around, tying my hair back, and pull out my blades and sort of like stand in the alley to like block.
So it's just Peony and Daisy May.
Keep going. We're just peeling off one by one.
Okay.
With the
Okay.
swords
Always
in the
split the
group.
party.
Yes.
Into 6 pieces.
Split the party!
Run a large party, they said.
I
They'll
mean-
all stick together, they said. It won't be that bad, they said. Here we
Nobody
go.
ever promised that.
No one promised that.
looking
Everybody
out
told
for
me it was
you.
going to be chaos. I'm
You
loving
could
it.
have sent us to the Feywild thing
chaos.
too.
Oh.
Could have sent us to the Feywild.
All right, so Peony and Daisy May, you'll have a moment to react here, but Pry is taking the initiative, turning, holding her blades out, and challenging this assailant. She kind of stops and looks at you and just gives a smile, and she goes, "Oh, little girl, you need to walk away from this."
I saw everybody else use magic earlier, so I will use thaumaturgy and turn my eyes black
Yeah!
and just smile with my fangs out at her.
Oh, heck yeah.
Did you see this happening?
She raises
Oh.
her. No, you're around the corner. They're in an alleyway. Yeah. She raises her knuckle duster. She's like, "I gave you a chance," and faces off. Roll 1-on-1 initiative.
Let's go.
Oh god, oh god. Oh, all right.
One-on-one, though. That's what they're.
22.
She got 21. Oh.
Nice.
All right, you go first. What do you want to do? She's like right there in your space. You're in range.
Cool. I'm a smacker with my blades.
Okay.
Yeah.
One right after the other.
Okay.
How do I play this game? Rapier first. All right. Yeah. Okay. Dirty 20.
Okay, that hits.
Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Plus, I have how much sneak attack? 2.
Do you,
Garbage.
and you get sneak attack on this because.
Because I'm alone.
Okay.
Swashbuckler.
Because I
Swashbuckler.
always get sneak attack.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
Blit, blit, blit. 9 damage
9
total
damage,
on the
okay.
rapier hit. And then with the dagger, that's a 19.
Okay, that hits as well.
Yes, and 7 points of dagger damage. Heck yeah.
Ooh, all right. So 16 right off the bat. You
Wow.
poof, stab, cut, and she takes a couple to the shoulder and just looks back at you and grins. And then
It's like super fancy and flourishy though, like a ridiculously unnecessary amount of flourishing.
Star Wars lightsaber fight spins. She kind of watches that happen and kind of looks at your form and everything. She's like, classically trained, huh? Me, not so much. Boom, boom, boom. She like takes
Jazz
3
fighter.
strikes out at you.
I'm classically
First one's gonna be a 16.
Yeah, that hits.
Second one is gonna be a 15,
It also hits.
and third one's gonna be an 8.
That does not
misses. All right, so you're gonna
On the
take.
first one, she needs to do a, what is it? Deck save.
for Hellish Rebuke.
14, yes.
Hellish Rebuke.
Natural
Yeah.
17.
What was that?
Ah.
Natural 17.
Okay, well, she takes half of it. Tens. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah, okay. So half of 17 is what, 8?
We round down,
Yeah,
so
so 8.
Yeah, 8. Okay.
So yeah, this like big well, like tendrils at first, and then they turn into a cloud as they swirl around her of like smoke, like thick, dark, hot smoke, like swirls out from Pry and envelops this woman, and burns her when she hits the first time.
Yeah. She kind of reacts to it. You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okey-dokey.
And then she kind of looks and goes, misunderestimated you. And she's gonna action surge.
Are we gonna make it there in time?
Can
While they're
Peony
fighting,
still
while they're
see her
fighting,
from
are we?
This
around the
is
corner?
no one sees this happen in this
Gotcha.
moment because it's
I'm
all
a
on her turn.
hero.
Yep.
And
12.
everybody sees it.
12 is a miss.
Natural 1.
Yeah.
Unreal! I missed on all 3 of those.
Woo!
So she starts swinging, and you pirouette and duck and.
She's like leaving smoke.
And she kind of looks at you, and she's just like,
Do I know that
Daisy
she's...
May, we're gonna find you.
Do I know that she's seen me? Like, has she 100% seen me? Because like I
You
want to
don't
call
know
out.
100%.
All right.
She like at the most she saw the back of your head. There might have been some assumptions that were made, but you don't know 100%.
All right. I'll whisper to Peony. Just can you get her out? It's not worth it. These people are really dangerous. Tell her to come with us. Come on.
Sorry, my brain
She
just
also
went-
speaks turkey.
That's actually dwarf right there. Dwarf. Dwarf right there. So
It's
I
a very,
understood.
Not what I had in mind when I thought of an ancient and technologically savvy civilization.
That's
but, you
how
know,
it sounds.
That's
Come
how it
on,
sounds.
that's dwarvish. Okay.
Peony, can Peony see? Because Pry is standing in front of the alley that
yeah.
Daisy May and Peony are
Yeah,
running
so you
down.
guys kind of took like a left turn, and so I would say, yeah, you probably see like you sort of see this assailant kind of coming in and out of view in the alleyway, and you see Pry the whole time.
Just tell her to come with us. She's gonna get hurt if she stays any longer.
Is that the signal?
On the like.
Oh my gosh. I'm laughing
Everybody else
hysterically.
hears this
Daisy
as
May
well.
staring at you.
We have not had a reason to practice a signal. I don't think
No.
Pry would have any idea what that means.
But Peony can still see this person, right?
Yep.
She will rationally, if I injure this person, it will be easier for Pry to get away. So, I would like. Could I do a bonus action and an action? Is that okay?
I mean, sure, yeah, you haven't had a chance to take a turn in all of this yet, so I would say, yeah, you get a full turn here.
Cool. Can I Hunter's Mark?
Yes,
This person.
as
and then-
artificers do.
As artificers do, you know. And Petals was earlier standing on her head when she was like, that little brat. She's like, I'm tall, and Petal was on. It's like,
What's the little dragon from Mulan?
Mushu!
Mushu, kind of like Mushu style, like, you're worse than
Ah,
yeah,
yes.
yep. Does it have to be? Is it close to me or close to them? Oh, close to me. Cool. And I'll just fire off an arrow.
That is
Okay.
not what I said!
Non-lethally.
Okay.
I would like to fire.
Yeah, you go to put an arrow, let's say, in her leg or something.
Yeah.
There. So go ahead and roll an attack.
Cool. One of you.
A one and priest get hit.
No, drop that. I'm not getting that.
Like chaos, can I like jump forward and grab Pry and just like try and pull her back?
Yes. Would you say that you're in the way when the arrow goes off? Or?
Peony is like,
Stay back.
I mean, it's just too perfect.
Okay, what's the roll?
18.
18. Okay, no problem. No
Yeah.
problem. You feed the arrow through, and it does hit her. What's the damage?
That's a lot of damage. Oh, okay, that's a d6 from there. That's a. How much do I add to that? Another d6. And then. Another d6.
Oh.
Cool.
Well, D6s.
Dead.
Too many.
Feel bad. Oh man.
16 points of damage.
Okay.
The knee's gone.
The knee is
Blew it out
skewered.
completely.
Yeah.
Blown out.
And
The knee is skewered.
as Peony's like because she's shorter and she's aiming for the leg,
Yeah.
she's just gonna like
On the leg, okay.
almost like drop, like skid and drop down,
Yeah.
and then pull back and fire. And Petal's gonna spit fire onto this arrow as it leaves Peony's bow and just
So nasty.
That's
Both
sick.
Daisy May and
Yes.
Peony bolt. And in slow motion, if we were having this in a movie, we both bolt towards Pry. Daisy May, you lunge forward and grab her by the shoulders and begin to pull her back, while all of a sudden coming out from behind you and skidding, Peony just and boom, fires the arrow. We follow the arrow through the air, and all of a sudden, out of the corner of the frame, here comes Petal, and just sends a little bead of fire. It hits the arrowhead, and the arrow, flaming, goes right into the woman's knee. Speed comes back, and everybody, and she drops, screaming in pain, while the
leg is
three of
gone.
you begin to rush down the alleyway. What's happening on the other side of things with our other part of the chaos here?
Oh, well, I would have said a quick prayer for the one that was down, just making sure they were okay before heading off down to in the direction, because I'm after we heard that.
So do
bird
you bring
call.
her back to consciousness, or do you just stabilize her?
I didn't want to kill her, so make sure she's stabilized. Yeah, so I'm making
Okay.
sure, yeah.
So that would be like spare the dying or something.
Yeah.
if you have that.
So definitely. Oh yes, of course. Yes, I do. Come on now, I am. Yes, I do. Spare that. So we're gonna cast Spare the Dying.
Okay.
And say a quick prayer for Anna to make sure that she's okay.
Yep. Her breathing
And then
evens out. Still unconscious, but okay.
Uh,
You all round the corner just as you see Pry being pulled back and a flaming arrow go into this woman's knee. As you just barely see Peony from around the corner releasing the arrow.
I
And
like-
everybody else, you see the other group kind of round the corner and looking very shocked here in this moment.
I like to
Squid-
imagine the red gem on Peony's bow is like making like a laser pointer straight at this person, and that's helping her aim. That's her
Sure.
hunter's mark. Just
Oh, I love that. I
Amazing.
love that.
Amazing. That's
That's
amazing.
Can I have dragged the other person along behind us?
Yeah, if you want to,
Like
bring
my
her into the
dagger
alley. Yeah.
to their throat.
I'm doing Spare the Dying on the one I see on the ground, just making sure, well,
Well, she's still
Okay.
awake. So
Oh,
she's still
okay.
awake. She's holding the knee, and she's like, "Ah, Daisy May, you're not gonna get away with this."
gonna
Why does she keep doing that?
Well,
I have no idea, but shouldn't we do something about this?
obviously, it
Well,
seems like you
probably.
are at a disadvantage, so we can talk about this. I'm sure you wouldn't want anything to happen to your friend here either. So
She's looking right at you, Daisy May, as she stalks.
Yeah.
She's like, "What do you want? What is this? You running with another crew now?"
Told you not to mess with me. As I'll walk forward. I got friends. I told you, you didn't believe me. I already said no.
best friends.
Rogan's
Just
thinking
like-
about to say acquaintances, but it's like not the time.
Okay. And you notice the woman now is kind of looking all at all of you, kind of sizing you up one by one. Okay, Daisy May. You got new friends. I'm a big girl. I can take it. It hurts a little, but I can take it.
Does look nasty. Better go and clean yourself up.
We better not find you.
You won't. I'm done. I'm done. I've been done for a while. I've been done ever since you roped me into this.
Type of messes you make. We'll find you. Can't help but draw people and chaos to you.
Well, good thing we're here to provide some balance. So whatever chaos may be, we're
Who the hell are
definitely going
you?
to bring balance to this.
Who are you? You're so mean.
Oh, all right, everybody, let's just go. Just let them rest.
Okay. You should get that wound checked out. It's probably really bad for you.
Rogan thinks about casting anything, I suppose. Like, okay, not the time.
No.
Doesn't.
Okay. You all head on out.
Yeah, I'll make sure I'm the last one. Like, I want everybody else to start going, and then I'll just kind of like back up, little smirk, sassily turn around and walk.
Try to find Enter. Trust me. Here's what you need. Trust me. I yell back.
It's not.
Why isn't this working? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, we got you now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to drop the unconscious one like in the dust, face down, real disrespectfully.
Oof.
As soon as we round the corner and we're out of eyesight of them, and you see Daisy May come around the corner, you just, oh my god. Okay, all right. We need to just get away from them because they're very dangerous, and I'm sure they're gonna be up pretty soon. So, thank you for that. I appreciate it, and I'll understand if you never want to speak to me again. That was a lot.
No, but we're friends. You said they were friends, right? So
Can you please just explain to us why they were after you?
Well, let's just say she wasn't wrong when she said I make messes. I was on a job, made a mess, and I didn't want to have to deal with the cleanup.
So, are you a bad guy or a good guy or?
I like to think I'm a good guy. They're the bad guys, trust me.
Right.
I mean, I guess we'll see it all in time. I mean, at least we're able to find some balance in the situation for now. So it's the main thing. No one at least was killed. So
Nah,
that's.
it's a big mess.
Is anyone hurt? Does anyone need any healing? I definitely can.
I don't know if it's my ribs or just the bones in my corset, but something hurts.
Adventuring.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say just a quick prayer. So you can hear me just chant a quick prayer to Enor. I'm cast healing word. It's D4. I mean, you can roll if you want to. I mean, either or. You want me to roll
It's
it?
your spell, you do it.
Gotcha. Oh well. I mean, it's 5 points of healing. Better
I
than
will
nothing.
take
So
it. Thank you.
no problem. Thank Enor. No problem.
Should we go somewhere to talk and not be on the street
Yeah,
where they can find us?
yeah. Have you guys
I
ever...
seem like you're from around here. Do you have like a safe house or a?
Oh yeah, sure I do. Yeah, we're actually not too far. Can I take them to? It's hard to
Can't get out of the
get out of
accent.
the accent. Yeah. Can I take them to my little warehouse where I stay that I'm fairly certain nobody knows about?
Sure. It's not terribly far from here. Go ahead and roll a perception check
You got it.
as you're coming up on it.
Ooh, 23.
23? Okay. Everything seems pretty much as you left it, meaning completely deserted and dilapidated and worn down. Doesn't look like right now any other squatters have found their way here yet. So that's a lucky day. Sometimes
It's a
you're not so
lucky day.
lucky, and there's a
day,
little
not a lucky
conflict.
day.
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness. All right, we
This
can
is
go in here.
the safe house.
Yes, this is where I stay. It's safe.
Okay.
I promise.
Right.
I mean, you can look around if you want. There might be some. I don't see anybody, but there might be some other people that like to try and elbow their way in here. But everybody knows it's my place. Well, no, nobody knows it's my place because it's safe.
Well, I guess now we know.
That's true. Please don't tell anyone.
Who would we tell?
Who are you afraid of?
I'm not afraid of anybody. I'm just just not inside. And I'll usher everybody inside and
Yep.
close and lock the door. Yeah, I'm not afraid of anybody. I just got mixed up with the wrong crowd.
It's okay to be afraid of people, though. I mean, it's natural to
Sure.
be afraid of something. So
Yeah, I'm not afraid.
With the wrong crowd doing what?
You know, I don't know that I've known y'all long enough to be able to tell you everything, but if you let me stick around, earn a little trust, I'll tell you more.
I'm not going to tell you more about Enter. That sounds like a fair trade. So,
Sounds fair to me.
so
Well, I don't
I
have
guess
much
so.
in the way of drinks or refreshments or anything. I'm not really the
It is
entertaining type.
a very bare space. There's a lot of broken crates. It looks to be some sort of like kind of like storage warehouse type place that Daisy May has kind of repurposed. You do see a cot kind of in the corner, really just a bedroll kind of on some straw. And there's like a cup, and a plate. But there's no other beds. There's no food here or anything like that.
It has walls. That's so cool.
Pryor rummages around in her backpack and starts to pull something out and says, "If I share this, will you tell us more?" And pulls out a bottle of wine.
Maybe.
Well, I have cool things in my bag too. Jeannie's gonna pull out Gerald.
Yes.
Pull out what?
Gerald.
Who's Gerald?
There's a little mechanical crab out of her bag that she'll just wind up a little bit, and he'll do the.
You are an interesting person. Really pleased to have met you.
Besties.
Sure. But let's lay low for a little bit, and then I can take you to one of my favorite places to hang out. We can talk more. Just want to make sure the heat's off.
want to see you okay. I forgot to ask. I know you got hit too. Are you
Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine, thank you.
okay?
Appreciate it. Really, y'all are too kind. Trusting a stranger. I promise I mean you no harm.
I mean, you also trusted us and we are strangers.
Fair point.
Meanwhile, Malachite arrives back at the Golden Sail. Like, where's everybody?
He left us unsupervised.
He took the brain cell with him.
Well, here in Daisy May's warehouse, safe house, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of you bed down for a few hours. It's still early day. It's not. We're not approaching dinner time or anything like that. We're probably around lunch. But nevertheless, you all kind of hunker down and pop open a bottle of wine and begin to share whatever you feel comfortable sharing about yourselves with each other. Unaware of whether or not the heat is going to die down or how quickly.
Oh, Lord.
And that's where we'll end tonight.
We're gonna be in here for a few days.
Right?
I was not ready for combat, but that was fun.
Excellent. Oh,
I was like, Grokus does what? Well, thank you everybody for watching session 1 of our brand new campaign. We are so happy to have you here. We are super excited for this brand new crew, for Shannon to be joining us for a few episodes here right at the top. And next time we will also meet the mysterious Malachite, whoever he may be, as our good friend Joe Frank joins us for the rest of the campaign. But in the meantime, make sure to follow us on all the socials, subscribe to us on YouTube, and turn on that notification bell. Like and comment on the video, all those good things. Share it with your friends. We love being shared. But other than that, we will look forward to seeing you next time here in Floross. Bye.